Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of the Race Report. This week a very special edition coming to you from the Bethel Motor Speedway. And joining me on this edition is Bethel Motor Speedway co-announcer Andy Crane. Andy, first we miss your sidekick in the booth. Fred Mulheron has been on vacation, but joining you in the booth will be one of the Brett Deo's Short Track Super Series regular announcers.
That it is, and we got a great show on hand for us today, and a beautiful day here in the Catskill Mountains as our biggest race of the season, ladies and gentlemen, the Fall of '69, a Short Track Super Series event for the Dirt Sportsman. Cars that are designed to run on dirt are going to have to try to get it done on the pavement today, this afternoon.
Well, this is so much like one of the NASCAR series, the Truck Series, where a different surface is part of the schedule.
Well, that's true. For the Camping World Truck Series, they take cars that are designed to run on pavement and have to run them on dirt at the Eldora Speedway. Well, it's reversed for the drivers of the Short Track Super Series today because they're taking dirt cars and now have to convert them to run on pavement. And a unique pavement track that it is, a very tight quarter mile that actually has an uphill and a downhill section, as well as tight confines of, well, classic short track quarter mile racing.
And some of the exciting weekly action here at Bethel. The unique part is even cars that are designed as modified cars are racing on groove tires.
Absolutely. So the surface area isn't 100% like you see in NASCAR. So these guys and girls really have to make adjustments to get the most out of the tire. And of course, it's a big, wide Hoosier tire that needs to perform at optimal temperature. And really, when it's designed for the car to do something different than what it should do on pavement, it makes it a shooting match for everybody to see who's going to shoot and aim correctly.
Well, this is the first year that Bethel Motor Speedway has been under new promotership and new management, and things are really prospering here at Bethel.
Oh, no doubt about it. George Van Arsdale does a great job as our general manager, and of course Peter Crackers Reynolds, we call him the race promoter extraordinaire, doing an excellent job, and we're seeing it with fan count and car count. We'd love to have more come out, so come out and give us a try, because we always say you come out and try us once and you'll be a regular from there on out.
Okay, well, we'll be back to talk to some of the players right after this. Stay tuned, more straight ahead on this edition of The Race Report.
You're watching The Race Report on Fox 40.
"30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyer's program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
On Sunday, there will be a chicken barbecue to benefit the Newark Valley Youth Wrestling Program, starting at noon and continuing until they're sold out. $10 includes a half chicken, 2 sides, and a drink. The barbecue will take place in front of Hollenbeck's on Route 38 in Newark Valley.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
If you're looking for the most convenient and profitable way to change your gold jewelry, coins, and sterling silver into cash, visit Solid Gold Jewelry.
Main Street in Endwell, Solid Gold Jewelry, always a sweet deal.
Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City has the best pricing and selection of audio, video, and computer cables in the area. Don't spend a fortune on that HDMI cable for your new HD TV or Blu-ray player. Unicorn Electronics has quality cables in the lengths you need at a price you can afford. Expanding your network, Unicorn has the patch cables and accessories to make it happen. When you need to connect, think Unicorn Electronics in the Valley Plaza, Johnson City.
Welcome back to the Race Report. The Fall of '69 event at Bethel Motor Speedway is part of Brett Deo's Short Track Super Series Sportsman division and marks a return to the track where Dale got his start in racing. Here's Andy Crane.
Thanks, Ron. Here in the pit area now with the promoter of the Short Track Super Series, Brett Deo. And Brett, the fall of '69, a unique event for your Sportsman Series.
Yeah, this is a little different. I was joking around on Facebook saying I don't know if there's going to be a curb tonight, but this is a cool event. It's different. It gets me back to where I started. You know, I first started riding for Area Auto here in, I believe, 1998. And when the opportunity came to come back with our Sportsman Series, it kind of fit last year, and we did the summer of '69. We found that was a little challenging for teams that ran for points on dirt Saturday night, so we tried to move a little further back when the point season's done on the dirt for the local tracks, and they can be ready to run here today.
Now, the unique challenge of taking cars that are designed to run on dirt and have the drivers convert them over to pavement, what has been the feedback from your drivers you've heard from this event?
Well, they know they have to change things. Last year they came and the dirt-only guys struggled a little bit. We had a few run up front, and then they had some notes, and obviously the coil seemed to be the setup versus the bars. And I know they all took their notebooks home, and they'll probably be a little bit better this year. But they did enjoy it, and that was a part. You know, last year we left here, and everybody said, man, that was a good time. So that's why we're back again. And, you know, I'm sure they'll be a little better this year.
Now, you mentioned it. This is kind of a homecoming for you, coming back to the Bethel Motor Speedway where you kind of started your career. It's kind of a little-known fact that this is really where things got going for BD Motorsports.
Yeah, yep, right here. We started doing Area Auto articles for Dave and Joanne Rocket in '98, and yeah, that's what got me onto the scene, and then I started doing other stuff. So it's neat to come back here. I always liked it. It's good grassroots racing, and it's exciting. I think people look at the track and they're like, man, it's small. I don't know how they're going to race here, but they race side by side the whole time. It's awesome.
Well, who are the drivers we should be keeping our eyes on as you have such a great following through the Sportsman Series? Maybe a guy that maybe the fans might not have heard of before could make some noise here in 69 laps.
Well, you heard the Roselli name. Well, now it's Dominic Roselli that's running the Sportsman instead of Dom, and he just won his first with us at Thunder Mountain in our Open Sportsman. And, you know, Dom spent some time racing here, so I think that's going to be one to watch today.
Well, we have a lot of drivers to watch here, ladies and gentlemen, and Brett Deo is going to be the eyeful watching from the tower, watching his Short Track Super Series run here at the Bethel Motor Speedway.
The Woodstocker 40 is part of the Street Stock Shootout series. Andy Crane is with Charlie Hoteling and Joel Mearns.
Thanks, Ron. Well, one of the fan favorite divisions, of course, is the street stocks. And here at the end of the season, there's a little bit more to shoot for, thanks to the Shootout Series put on by racers for racers. And we're standing by with the promoters, Charlie Hoteling and little Joel Mearns. And Charlie, when was the idea kind of hatched to run a little extra Shootout Series at the end of the season?
2014, I believe, 15. Okay, the winter of 2015, we decided to put the challenge out there to call out every driver from the 3 local tracks that we support, which would be here at Bethel, Accord Speedway, Orange County Fair Speedway, and make them try something different, make them get out of their comfort zones and really put them to the challenge and see what they were made of.
And Joel, not only as a promoter, but a competitor, as the defending champion of this series, this is something really to give back to the class that really is the backbone of Saturday night or Friday night short track racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of your championships at any track, it's about $200 to win the series, to win a championship. Last year, I was fortunate enough to do that, to win our own series, and I made a little over $600. And, that's what, 2, 4, 6, that's like 3 championships. This year, thanks to Tri-Counties Automotive, Mike Mercandal, we're paying the champion a minimum of $1,000. And 10th place is actually looking at about $100. We make our own trophies. They're unique. We make them out of engine parts. And you're never going to get that again. Plus, it's bringing the 3 local tracks together. And, you're good in Middletown, but are you good at Bethel? And it's a fun series.
Now, this is the kickoff, Charlie, but there are other races to the season. What is the schedule for the Street Stock Shootout Series?
We start here today at Bethel, and we go from here, we go to Eastern States, and then we're back to Bethel, and then we have 2 races up at Accord, the Halloween Havoc race, and then the Gobbler, which will finish out our series. Unfortunately, we had 6 races scheduled for this year. Due to scheduling conflict, we had 1 dropped, so we're down to 5. And just the 3 tracks, it really brings everybody together and really pulls out the best of the best to see who's gonna be able to take a 5/8 mile hard clay car, bring it to a 1/4 mile asphalt, and see what it's got.
And Joel, for drivers who want some more information, or even fans that want some more information, what's the best way they can look up the Street Stock Shootout Series?
You can follow us on Facebook under Street Stock Shootout Series, and there are 3 of us. There's, of course, Charlie Hotailing, former track champion here at Bethel, Joel Mearns, former track champ at Orange County, and, of course, Kyle Wright, who's a former track champ at the Accord Speedway. If you message any of the 3 of us, or just go ahead to our Facebook page, the Street Stock Shootout Series, you'll see the results, the points. Come on out, man. This is an awesome series.
No doubt about it. As Charlie, one more thing.
All right, so I just want to put it out there that this is a completely non-for-profit. We get paid nothing. Every dollar we make, we give back to the drivers. This is us. Joel and I started right here at Bethel Motor Speedway in 1995 in 6 cylinders. He had a Nova, I had a Malibu. We've been doing this for 20 plus years, and we've accomplished what we've set out to. He's won Eastern States, I've won Eastern States. I won the Gobbler. I've won a whole bunch of stuff.
Never won the Gobbler.
That's because I'm better than you. But so the point is completely non-for-profit. We're giving back everything that we get. Check us out on our Facebook page. We're doing 50-50 boxes. The winner of that, 100 boxes, $10 a box. The winner goes away with $500. The other $500 comes into our point series. We're selling laps. We're anything we can to generate more money to give back to these guys, because the street stock guys, we are in some tracks a beginner entry level class, obviously, you know, and we are just trying to help take somebody and give them a little confidence, give them a little more extra cash in their pocket, get them a little bit farther.
Well, guys, it really is a series put on by racers for racers. Come out to the Speedway and check it out.
2018 Bethel Motor Speedway Street Stock champion Walt Henry will be defending his home turf.
Well, thanks, Ron. As we get ready for the 40-lap feature event, we talked to some outside invaders, but we have some drivers that are going to defend home track turf, and that's our track champion for 2018, Walt Henry. And Walt, as a regular of this series, you see a lot of drivers come into your hometown and your playground. What's it going to be like to kind of defend home turf out on the racetrack?
Just do the thing I do every week here and just hope everybody runs clean. We're starting pretty far in the heat races. We'll work our way up and see everybody goes. I hope they don't dirt track too much. They learn this asphalt a little faster than like everybody else can.
Now, you have won a short track shootout race here at the Bethel Motor Speedway, the first time it ever came here. What is the expectation for tonight's 40-lap main event?
Trying to match it again. Starting a little farther back, but we'll enjoy it. A lot more cars. They came to practice more this year, so they understand it. They got used to our tires, so it's going to be a little harder now. But I'm not a rookie this time.
There you go, as a championship performance is expected for the Hurricane Walt Henry.
While Walt Henry may have home field advantage, there are some very talented outsiders on hand, including the Haverstraw Hammer.
Thanks, Ron. Well, not only do we have a big Sportsman race here, but today is the kickoff for the Tri-County Automotive Street Stock Shootout Series, as we have the Woodstocker 40-lap feature event for the Street Stocks. And whenever there's a big event, you know some big names are going to show up. And one of the big names is the Haverstraw Hammer, Mike Vigiletti. And Mike, I'll tell you what, a veteran of big track racing, but this is your second attempt at the quarter mile.
Yeah, it's only my second time here. I'm hoping to do a little better than I did last time. We didn't do so well. I think maybe we figured some stuff out, so we're hoping for a better run tonight.
Now, what is going to be the adjustment of going from a big 5/8 mile racetrack to now a really tight quarter mile track? Not only changing the size of the racetrack, but also the surface as well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a totally different setup. The gearing is different. The whole setup is different. The tires are obviously different. The stagger's different. Everything's different.
Now, you're going to be one of those drivers that are going to chase the Street Stock Shootout Series. Seeing a series like that for the Street Stocks come out has to feel pretty good to see kind of a series by racers for racers.
Yeah, you know, what these guys do for the Street Stock, you know, the whole, the guys that run it, Charlie and Joel and these guys, what they're doing for the Street Stocks as a whole is amazing. It's an amazing thing they're doing. It hasn't been done in years. And it's growing. The amount of races is growing. The amount of cars that entered are growing. Everybody should come out and see us race. It's awesome.
Well, he might be an invader, ladies and gentlemen, but he's a driver you got to keep your eyes on. Watch the Haverstraw Hammer in today's 40-lap feature event.
When we return, the green flag drops on the Behrent's Performance Warehouse Short Track Super Series Fall of '69. But first, let's take a look at this week's Car of the Week from Brush and Pallet Auto and Candor.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
For 3 generations, we've been building world-class American performance.
Like the new Edelbrock Power Package Top-End Kit, based on Edelbrock's powerful RPM crate engines. Each kit includes aluminum heads and intake, cam and lifters, gaskets, and hardware to build your own 400-plus horsepower Chevy small block. For 3 generations, it's pure American performance from the leader. Call now for your free Edelbrock catalog.
Edelbrock makes them right here in the USA.
Hey car buffs, listen up. If you like them, we got them. And you'll love the Northeast Classic Car Museum. Over 170 cars on display in our huge one-level facility. Whatever the weather, we're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5 in Norwich.
On Sunday, there will be a chicken barbecue to benefit the Newark Valley Youth Wrestling Program, starting at noon and continuing until they're sold out. $10 includes a half chicken, 2 sides, and a drink. The barbecue will take place in front of Hollenbeck's on Route 38 in Newark Valley. Welcome back to the Race Report. Time now for the green flag to drop on the Woodstocker 40 Street Stock event. Sharing the microphone are Short Track Super Series announcer Jeff Alem and Bethel Motor Speedway announcer Andy Crane.
Literally, as race fans, we invite you to please stand. Wish these drivers well. Give them a wave this time by, as next time we are going green flag racing street stock style here at the Bethel Motor Speedway.
The Behrent Performance Warehouse Woodstocker 40 here at Bethel Motor Speedway. Hold on to your seats. We're ready for 40 exciting laps.
Pace car has been dispatched off of the racetrack. We are racing, double green flags in the air. And look at little Joel on the outside part of the speedway. He'll grab spot number 1, but he washes way up the racetrack. 3 wide down the back straightaway for the race lead.
Into the turn. Skelly is on the inside. He'll inch in front and grab the lead. Lap number 1, Skelly leading.
As trouble for Joel as he slides way up the racetrack. The car is in trouble. He is waving emphatically in the cockpit of the race car. Something has gone. Left rear tire looks to be going down on the 21 car. And he is going to exit off of the racetrack. What heartbreak for Joel Mearns. As meanwhile, it's Kevin Skelly at the front of the field. But here comes the grape train, Larry O'Donnell.
Wow, what a heartbreaker for Mearns, pulling off after only 1 lap. O'Donnell now running in the number 2 spot, chasing Skelly down the straightaway. Melts quickly now into 3rd.
And watch the 3 wide battle for spot number 4. Here comes Kyle Welch, the Bad Company Racing, 357. Now finds himself in the top 4 running order early in this 40-lap main event.
Keep your eye on Henry. He's coming up through the field. He started in 10th. He's up to 6th. Now looking for more. Down the back straightaway. We're back to green.
Watch Meltz go. Couple taps on the chrome horn to the grape train. And Larry O'Donnell, as Larry O settles comfortably into spot number 2. Now the battle's on for spot number 3. Here comes Kyle Welch. Welch going to try to rock it uphill, and he's going to bring Walt Henry with him down the back straightaway.
Side by side, 2 rows again. Side by side for 3rd, side by side for 5th. Also for 7th, 9th, and 11th. Watch this great racing. Wheel-to-wheel combat. 3 wide down the front.
Watch Robbie Slate, one of the last remaining Camaros. And 1 car going around is Tarantino, and big problems down the back straightaway. Tarantino, who started this race at the point, now sits idle.
Car is sitting there with minus the left rear wheel.
Yeah, there it is. As Walt Henry almost clips the wheel as it's way up off of corner number 2. That.
He got hit though. I just don't know who got him. I just caught the end of it. Somebody got him.
As a lot of scrambling going on. Mike Vigiletti, a driver that was involved in it.
Henry to the inside. Meltz had a little miscue over there in the corner. Got a little high again in turn number 4. Henry says thank you, drives right by. He'll take the 4th position.
And Kyle Welch gets a flat tire. So disappointing. Heartbreak for the 357.
We're ready. Green will be coming out. 19 completed.
Two of the best cars that compete here at the Bethel Motor Speedway pacing the field right now. Kevin Skelly, Walt Henry. Green flag is out. And watch them race down the front straightaway. Henry, one of the cars that loves the outside part of the speedway. Skelly saw big trouble. John Heckinger loops it around. Mike Vigiletti also involved. The Have a Straw Hammer. Could the car be going away on Kevin Skelly? Here comes Walt Henry now down to the bottom side, racing for the race lead. Skelly gonna slam the door, but watch him drive in deep. The car definitely going flat tire for Kevin Skelly.
Skelly's got problems. He can't hold the bottom lane. Henry drives by for the lead. Bauer Fine now in second spot. Skelly back to third.
Watch the battle between the two, Walt Henry and Brian Bauer Fine. How could you write it any better as Bauer Fine going to look for the race lead going into corner number 1.
Lap traffic again already. Here they come down the back straightaway. Welsh now going by Meltz. He'll go to 4th. And Henry, who was putting all the pressure on Skelly, he's now being pressured from behind by Bauer Fine.
The chaser is now the chasee as watch Brian Bauer Fine drive it in deep underneath Walt Henry and contact trouble.
A car running a lap down, the 26, getting into the side of Skelly, turning him around. And the 15 of Meltz also going with him.
Yellow lights turned out. Walt Henry will hit the restart stripe off of corner number 4. Green flag flies, and quickly the advantage opens up for the Hurricane. But is his car maybe going away a little bit as Brian Bauer Fine lurks back there in spot number 2?
Top 3 begin to break away from the rest of the pack. We get down to nitty-gritty time down the straightaway. Henry, Bauer Fine, and Welsh the top 3. Slate is right behind him through the turn.
Bobby Slade might be in the catbird seat as these 3 start to battle it out for the race lead. If something goes on, he could be sitting in the prettiest position of all as 2. Yellow, Patty Falconer. Falconer goes around the Pops Trophies, car number 28. As the yellow lights have been turned out, this could be the deciding factor, the final restart as we are green and racing down the front straightaway.
Motoring back to green, we've completed 38 laps. Green, white checker coming up down the back straightaway. Henry leading the way. Bauer Fine and Welsh coming to the white flag. 1 to go.
Last lap racing action. Does Brian Bauer Fine have one more move to get around Walt Henry? He drives it in deep, right to the back bumper, the 171. Down the back straightaway for the final time. It's going to be decided among your top 3 runners. Twin checkered flag set to fly down to the stripe. It's the Hurricane Walt Henry to take the win. Brian Bauer Fine, spot number 2. Kyle Welch, spot number 3. Robbie Slate, spot number 4. And Zach Searline, spot number 5. What a race, ladies and gentlemen, and your 2018 track champion defends home turf here in the Woodstocker 40.
More action from Bethel Motor Speedway when the race report returns. On Sunday, there will be a chicken barbecue to benefit the Newark Valley Youth Wrestling Program, starting at noon and continuing until they're sold out. $10 includes a half chicken, 2 sides, and a drink. The barbecue will take place in front of Hollenbeck's on Route 38 in Newark Valley.
30 years of satisfied customers. That's the proud history of Brush and Pallet Auto in Candor. We have a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Here is this week's Car of the Week. We'll give you a $1,000 minimum trade-in, and we have financing options to fit your needs, including a first-time buyers program. Think you can't afford it? We think you can. Check us out at brush-pallet.com or visit us in person at 598 Owego Road in Candor, New York.
Welcome back to the Race Report. On Saturday, Champion Speedway in Owego will host the Jim Brown 50 for karts and mowers. Pits open at 11 a.m. and hot laps at 2 p.m. For more information, go to Champion Kart Racing on Facebook. Saturday and Sunday mark the finale of Bethel Motor Speedway's 2018 season, with Saturday's program including BMS Modifieds, Dirt Sportsman, TQ Midgets, Crate Sportsman, Open Competition 4-cylinders, All-Star Slingshots, and Bandoleros. Novemberfest continues on Sunday with the Sullivan 100 for Street Stocks, part of the Street Stock Shootout Series, Sportsman versus 358s, an Open Competition 60-lap Enduro, and a minivan Demolition Derby. Pits open at 11 both days, with racing at 2 p.m. If you can't be there, you can watch it online by going to the Bethel Motor Speedway Facebook page. Please join us next week as we continue our coverage of the Behrent's Performance Warehouse Short Track Super Series Fall of '69 from Bethel Motor Speedway. We leave you with highlights of the Bandolero racing action. Until next week, I'm Ron Hills, and I'll see you at the races.
Mike Roth, who the rumor has it only has a few more starts of Bandolero competition before he moves up to Dirt Sportsman racing in 2019, showing the way out in front. Lap traffic, Caden Rogers not too far away. Joey Youngst still lurking in the shadows of spot number 2. Battle is on now for spot number 4. Here comes Brian Rogelski. The Rogelski cousins battling it out. Evan on the outside, Brian to the bottom side. A tail of a blue race car versus a yellow race car. In right behind a yellow banana as they are racing around corners 1 and 2. Rogelski slides up into Rogelski. Nobody stepping out of line. Hot spot on the racetrack is the fight for spot number 4, as now it's Brian Rogelski to have the nose out in front. Evan, though, not giving up the ghost, looks to tuck back into line and try to rebound back on the blue-haired bandit. Roth still shows the way. Unk's back there in spot number 2. Caden Rogers, the lap car, slows down Ty Smith just a little bit. Here comes Rogelski now. Brian Rogelski looking to wrestle away a podium position from the yellow banana Ty Smith. Here comes Rogelski to the bottom side. All of a sudden, car 72 has come alive in the late stages as Smith gets a little out of shape. Here comes Rogelski to the bottom. Battle is on for spot number 3 as the white flag is out. Last lap of racing action as Rogelski makes the move around into spot number 3. Leaders down the back straightaway for the final time. Checkered flag coming out, and it's going to be the game changer to take the win. Mike Roth with the victory.